Good evening, my friend. It is time to rest now. The day has ended and night has wrapped the world in calm. You have done enough today. You have tried, you have given, you have carried your weight. Now, you deserve peace. So before we begin this gentle night's journey, I invite you to take a slow breath in and slowly let it go. Again, breathe in deeply and breathe out gently. With each breath, let the tension in your shoulders melt away. Feel the bed holding you. Feel the quiet of the night surrounding you. You are safe here. You are at peace here. Close your eyes and imagine the stars above shining softly. They are here to guide you. They are here to remind you that even in darkness, light exists. Tonight, we will take a journey together. A journey of calm, of hope, of gentle strength. A story that will carry you into peaceful dreams while leaving your heart full of light. Far away, in a small village at the edge of a forest, lived a traveler. This traveler was like you and me, someone who carried dreams, worries, and questions. Each day, they worked, they tried, they hoped. But at night, when the world grew quiet, the traveler often wondered, am I enough? Will tomorrow bring better days? Will my path lead me where I need to go? One night, under a sky filled with glowing stars, the traveler decided to take a walk. The air was cool, the moon was bright, and the forest whispered with peace. The traveler wrapped themselves in a cloak and stepped into the night. Every step on the soft ground made a gentle sound, like the earth welcoming them. The trees stood tall, their leaves swaying softly with the breeze. The traveler felt both small and safe, as if the night itself was embracing them. As they walked deeper into the forest, the worries of the day began to fade. The noise of life, the weight of stress slowly disappeared with every step. Instead, a quiet thought entered the traveler's heart. You are here. You are alive. You are walking forward. After some time, the travelers saw a faint light glowing ahead. Curious, they followed the light, and soon they found a lantern hanging from a tree branch. The lantern glowed warmly, though no one seemed to be there. It was as if the night had left this light just for the traveler. The traveler smiled softly and whispered, even in darkness, there is always a light. They took the lantern and carried it with them, feeling a little braver, a little stronger. The lantern became a symbol of hope, and with every step, the traveler remembered, no matter how dark the path may seem, light always appears. And as you listen now, lying in your bed, I want you to remember this too. There is always a light in your life. Even when days feel heavy, Even when nights feel long, a lantern waits for you. Sometimes that lantern is a kind word. Sometimes it is your own courage. Sometimes it is simply the quiet strength in your heart that says, keep going. Tomorrow will come. So tonight, let your lantern shine. Hold it gently in your mind. Feel its glow warming your heart. The traveler continued walking. The lantern lit the path, casting soft golden light on the ground. The forest seemed less mysterious now, less frightening, and more like a friend. An owl hooted softly in the distance. The sound was calming, like a gentle reminder that the night has its own music. The traveler thought, life is like this journey. Sometimes it feels dark, but when I carry hope, I can always keep moving. The path led to a small clearing where the sky opened wide. Above, countless stars twinkled, filling the traveler's eyes with wonder. It was as if the universe was whispering, "You are not alone. You are part of something vast, something beautiful." The traveler lay on the soft grass and gazed at the stars. Their worries felt smaller. Their heart felt lighter. And slowly, they closed their eyes, letting the calm of the night wash over them. As you rest here with me, imagine yourself as the traveler. Imagine you are holding the lantern of hope. Imagine the stars above you shining with love. And repeat softly in your heart, I am safe. I am enough. I am guided by light. I can rest now. Tomorrow will be bright. Now let your breathing grow slower. Let your body sink deeper into comfort. The journey has only begun, but already peace is here. Rest, my friend. The night is yours. The stars are watching over you. The traveler did not know how long they had rested in the clearing. When they opened their eyes, the stars were still above. The lantern still glowed softly, and the forest seemed even calmer than before. The night was not silent, it was alive. The leaves rustled, the crickets sang, and somewhere, far away, a stream whispered its endless song. The traveler stood up, holding the lantern, and continued along the winding path. Each step was unhurried, gentle, almost like a dance with the earth. And as they walked, they realized something important. The forest was no longer frightening. It was beautiful. It had not changed, but their heart had. Sometimes the world does not need to change for us to find peace. It is our view, our courage, and our calm that makes the world softer. Soon, the traveler reached a small river. The water shimmered under the moonlight, flowing gently around smooth stones. The sound of water was steady, soothing, almost like a lullaby. By the river, sat an old man, quiet and still, as if he had been waiting. The traveler approached him slowly and asked, "Why do you sit here in the dark?" The old man smiled and pointed to the water. He said, "Watch the river." The traveler sat beside him and listened. At first, it was just the sound of water. But the longer they listened, the more they noticed the way the water flowed patiently around every stone. It did not stop when it met obstacles. It did not fight or complain. It simply moved gently but steadily, finding its way forward. The old man said softly, "Life is like this river. Sometimes stones block your way, but if you stay patient, you will always find a path around them. You do not need to force your way. You only need to keep flowing." The traveler closed their eyes, listening to the water. A sense of deep calm filled their chest. They realized that in their own life, they had often fought too hard against obstacles. Perhaps, like the river, they could learn patience. As you lie here in your bed tonight, imagine the gentle sound of the river flowing. Steady, patient, peaceful. Sometimes your days are full of obstacles. Sometimes things feel blocked or delayed or heavy. But like the river, you can flow. You can pause. You can find another way forward without rushing, without forcing. Patience is strength, not weakness. Calm is power, not weakness. And tonight as you rest, let patience fill your heart. Trust that life will carry you forward. Trust that tomorrow will bring you new paths, new chances. The traveler thanked the old man and continued their journey. The lantern glowed warmly, and the sound of the river stayed with them like a memory. The path soon led to a meadow, wide and open under the stars. The grass was soft, covered with tiny white flowers that glowed faintly in the moonlight. The traveler bent down and touched one of the flowers. Though it was small, it shone with quiet beauty. In that moment, the traveler realized something they had forgotten: gratitude. So often, they had chased big dreams, worried about big problems, and in the process, they had overlooked the small gifts: the cool night air, the light of the stars, the kindness of strangers, the simple joy of being alive. The traveler sat in the meadow and whispered, "Thank you. Thank you for this moment. Thank you for this life." And their heart felt lighter, warmer, freer. My friend, as you rest now, let gratitude wash over you. Think of one small thing that made today brighter. It may be simple: a smile, a kind word, the taste of your favorite food, or even just the fact that you were here, breathing, resting. Gratitude is like a gentle flower in the night. It reminds you that even when life is difficult, beauty is still around you. So, as you drift toward sleep, whisper softly in your heart, "Thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this moment. Gratitude turns even the darkest night into a softer place. It turns your heart into a lantern of its own. The meadow was so peaceful that the traveler almost drifted to sleep right there among the flowers. The cool night breeze was cool, the stars above shone kindly, and the earth seemed to whisper, "Rest now. You are safe. You are loved." But the traveler knew their journey was not finished yet. So, with gentle strength, they stood again and began walking once more. Each step was lighter now, less burdened, more filled with quiet joy. The lantern in their hand glowed brighter, not because it had changed, but because their heart had. And with each step, they felt closer to peace. As you listen, let these words echo softly inside you. Like the river, I can be patient. Like the flower, I can be grateful. Like the lantern, I can carry hope. I am safe. I am calm. I am ready to rest. Now, let your body sink deeper into comfort. Let your breathing slow. Let your heart grow quiet and light. The journey continues, but for now, you are already walking in peace. The traveler walked on, holding the lantern, their heart now calmer, lighter, and full of gratitude. The forest seemed to welcome them even more. The branches swayed gently. The air carried a soft fragrance of earth and leaves, and every sound felt like part of a lullaby. After a while, the traveler came upon a bridge. It was an old wooden bridge that stretched across a quiet valley. The boards creaked softly beneath their feet, and below, the valley opened wide with mist glowing under moonlight. Halfway across the bridge, the traveler stopped. The view was breathtaking. The mist curled like a silver river, and the stars reflected faintly in it, as though heaven had poured down into the earth. The traveler held the lantern close and whispered, "This journey is not only about reaching the end. It is about learning to love the steps along the way." The traveler noticed that the bridge was old. Some boards were cracked, some ropes were frayed. At first, their heart beat faster. What if it breaks? What if I fall? But as they placed one step forward, the bridge held strong. Another step, still strong, and another, steady. The traveler realized that fear often whispers louder than truth. The mind imagines what could go wrong, but reality is often kinder, gentler, and safer than we think. The bridge taught them a lesson. You do not need to see the end of the path to trust it. You only need to take one step and then another, believing that life will carry you safely forward. My friend, how often do we worry about the whole bridge at once? How often do we imagine the worst before even taking the first step? Tonight as you rest, I want you to remember, you don't need to see tomorrow's whole plan. You only need to trust tonight. You only need to rest in this moment. Life will carry you. The bridge will hold you. One step, one breath, one night of rest at a time. As the traveler reached the end of the bridge, they heard a soft flutter of wings. A small bird glowing faintly with moonlight on its feathers landed on a branch nearby. The bird tilted its head, looked at the traveler, and then took off into the sky, soaring high, free, graceful, unafraid. The traveler watched, their hearts swelling with admiration. They thought, if such a small bird can trust the sky, why can't I trust my own journey? Why can't I believe that I too was meant to rise? The bird was a reminder that freedom is not just the ability to move. Freedom is the courage to trust your wings. Freedom is believing you were made to fly, even if you do not know yet where the wind will take you. As you lie in your bed tonight, imagine that you too have wings. They may be unseen, but they are there. Your strength, your dreams, your courage. You are not stuck. You are not trapped. Even if life feels heavy now, inside you there is a bird that can rise. Tonight, let that thought bring you peace. You don't need to fly right now. Now is the time to rest. But know this, when morning comes, your wings will be ready and you will rise again. The traveler continued onward until the path began to rise gently. Step by step, they climbed a small hill. It was not steep, not tiring, just enough to make their breath a little deeper, their heart a little stronger. When they reached the top, they saw the world stretched out before them. The forest below was calm. The river shimmered, the meadow glowed with flowers, and the stars above seemed endless. The traveler stood quietly, feeling a strength inside them they hadn't noticed before. The journey had not ended, but they had already changed. They were no longer the same person who left the village full of worry. They were calmer. They were stronger. They were more at peace. And in that moment, they whispered to themselves, I am not weak. I am not lost. I am walking. I am learning. I am growing. And that is enough. My friend, I want you to say this softly in your heart. I am not weak. I am not lost. I am walking. I am learning. I am growing. And that is enough. You don't have to have everything figured out tonight. You don't have to solve every problem before you sleep. All you need to rest, to breathe, and to trust that you are becoming stronger each day. Every step you've taken in life has carried you here. And here, in this quiet night, you are safe. You are worthy of peace. You are ready for rest. The traveler sat at the top of the hill, the lantern glowing by their side, the night sky wide and endless above. They closed their eyes and let the night carry them into stillness. The stars whispered softly, the wind hummed like a lullaby, and their heart filled with quiet strength. And as you rest with me now, let your body sink deeper into comfort. Let your breathing slow like the river. Let your mind grow light, like the bird. Let your heart grow strong, like the traveler on the hill. Whisper softly in your heart, I am safe. I am calm. I am enough. I am ready to rest. And let sleep begin to come closer, like a gentle friend. The traveler sat quietly on the hilltop for a long time, breathing with the rhythm of the night, listening to the music of the stars. At last, they stood and began walking again. The lantern glowed gently in their hand. But now, they noticed something unusual. Even when they set the lantern down, their path was still bright. They looked around and saw that the stars above were shining more brightly than ever. The moon was full, casting silver light across the forest. It was as if the sky itself was guiding them. The traveler realized that the lantern had always been inside them. Their courage, their gratitude, their patience, their willingness to keep walking. And for the first time, they no longer felt the need to hold the lantern tightly. They trusted the path. They trusted themselves. They trusted life. As they continued, the traveler came to a quiet garden hidden deep in the forest. Tall trees circled around it like gentle guardians. In the middle was a small pond, its surface so calm that the stars reflected perfectly, as though the sky had come down to rest in the water. The traveler sat beside the pond. The air was cool, the world was silent, and peace filled every corner of the garden. They leaned back, looking at the reflection of the stars in the pond, and they felt a deep truth rise inside them. You do not need to chase peace. Peace is always waiting for you, quiet, patient, gentle, just like this pond, just like this night. The traveler finally understood. Rest was not something to earn. Rest was something to accept. My friend, as you lie here now, remember this. You do not need to earn rest. You do not need to prove anything to deserve peace. Rest is your right. Peace is your nature. Sleep is your gift. You have carried enough today. You have tried enough. You have been enough. Now, it is time to simply be, to breathe, to let go, to drift. Like the traveler in the garden, you too can lay down your worries. You too can look at the still pond of your heart and see that peace has been here all along. The traveler rested by the pond for a while. They closed their eyes, listened to the stillness, and felt as though the night itself was carrying them like a soft blanket. Before drifting into sleep, they whispered one last lesson to themselves. Let go. Let go of the past. Let go of the worry for tomorrow. Let go of the weight I do not need to carry. I am free. I am at peace. I am home. And with that, the traveler finally lay down on the soft grass. The stars above, the pond beside, the earth warm and safe beneath them. The night wrapped around them like a soft blanket. The world grows quieter, softer, slower. And now there is nothing left to do. No place to go, no burden to carry. Only rest, only peace, only sleep. Close your eyes, surrender to the night, drift into dreams. You are safe, you are enough, you are loved. Good night. Sleep deeply, sleep peacefully, and may tomorrow greet you with light.